Just breathe. Just breathe. Today's the day. Today is the day. Oh my goodness. Good morning, security. Good morning, Dylan. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing this morning? It is early. It is. We haven't been this early since we've stayed up all night doing some imaging sessions. How is everybody doing today? For the excitement, the amount of excitement, has anybody really slept? Do we count like any time of sleeping? Oh my goodness. Doing great, excellent. Yeah, I slept like maybe 5 hours. I think I went to bed at like 11 and I was up at 4:30. So, and even then, probably there were dreams of that didn't make any sense actually. That made sense. Yeah, we're getting ready. We are fired up for the launch of the James Webb Space Telescope today. Being a little quiet, a little more reserved at the moment because there are other people sleeping in the house. Hopefully everybody's doing really well today. We have some alerts won't be going off. I have a fair amount of things turned off at the moment. And then even more will get turned off closer to launch time, just to really preserve the moment of the launch. After the launch, after kind of waiting for callouts, we'll turn more things back on in the stream. But it is why you stream it. It's Christmas, because it's Christmas for astronomers as well. Telescope launch, rocket launch this morning in about an hour and a half. 7:20 a.m. 12:20. Good morning, Nori. How are you doing? Merry Christmas to you. Hope all is going well with your family. All the cats and kittens doing well. That's good. Let's get Falcon back up there. But yes, hopefully everybody's doing really well today. Hopefully everybody has had or having a Merry Christmas or a Happy Saturday. Yeah, there are many people who are covering the James Webb today, and it is I can't even imagine how many are going to be watching NASA's YouTube page. I think the last time with the Mars lander, there were up to 3 million viewers. So this is only a good thing for space to have more people paying attention to this. And to finally have a telescope launching after what is the late 80s, the initial development started for this telescope. So you can see how long these missions can actually take, and the amount of time people put into this, the thousands of hours, the hundreds of thousands of hours have gone into this project alone. And for some people, this is like their whole career. Like you look at when for Saturn, for the exploring mission, it was like people's whole careers. And as soon as it went into Saturn's orbit, as soon as it dissolved in Saturn's atmosphere, that was it. You know, that's the whole career for one mission. ATS, what's going on? How are you? Good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Much dedication given time of day where you are. I hope you and your family are having a lovely day. Well, so far I'm having a lovely day. Everybody else is still sleeping. Hence why we're being just a little more quiet at the moment. Orchid Twilight, good morning. How are you? How are you doing today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and we're going to be watching the launch of the James Webb Space Telescope. And here's the live look from French Guiana, where the Ariane 5 rocket will take off at approximately 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 12:20 p.m. Universal Coordinated Time. And yeah, thoroughly excited for this. It is security. Usually there's a nice big boom. Security, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Orchid Twilight.
Don't say that word.
We have barely enough space on this. You'll make a boom. But yes, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Yes, something is going. All these things I need to remember to turn off. Yeah, security, thank you very much for the gifted sub. There we go. Get it out of your system. Yeah, we are an hour and a half away from launch, and we'll be covering that, and also kind of looking at last night we did talk about what to expect with James Webb, what the whole mission is about, to see farther back into space, see farther back into time, sorry, and just uncover more more mysteries of the universe, and hopefully supply a few more answers to what we've been always trying to find out, about where we are, what's our place in the universe. And James Webb working alongside the Hubble Space Telescope, while Hubble is still in its few remaining serviceable years. This mission is an American launch. They are launching from French Guiana. This is a collaboration between the European Space Agency, NASA, and the Canadian Space Agency. So this has been originally meant to launch in 2007 and only cost about $500 million. But with more, as more construction and research went into the project, it has started to top out at $10 billion. And here we are, like 13 years later, ready to launch finally. So this is. I wonder why it was another location. Another reason why they are launching, why Arianespace launches from French Guiana, is it's very close to the equator, and launching a rocket as close as you can to the equator is very beneficial because there's a little less fuel. You have more inertia as you take off. Whereas if you're to, because if you're at the equator, you're moving faster than you are if you're closer to the poles, but that's not too much. It's about like maybe 0.3% of the. No, don't quote me on that number. It's a little more than that, but yeah, when you're at the equator, you are spinning faster. You are a little younger. You weigh a little less at the equator. So launching a rocket from there, it's a little less effort to get off the planet. Whereas if you're launching from, like, say, like the poles, there is absolutely you gain no extra momentum, no extra assistance from the Earth's movement. I just tell the astronaut that his wife is home alone, it will get there much faster. It makes sense. Every fraction makes a difference. It's just how, like, people ask how come there aren't going to be like cameras on Webb, like just to watch the telescope itself. Items like that add weight, and you want to have as little weight as possible with your launch to be as economical on the fuel as possible. So that's why we have all these visualizations of what we can expect to see. So it is, I think, as future launches kind of come about, that there is a little more being thought into for media coverage and just to be able to see more. Like you watch, like I say, like SpaceX is starting to add more production quality into all the launches and adding more views and just being able to almost be as transparent as possible and, give us these amazing images that usually were just kind of reserved for mission control, just to monitor things. So we are here. We are at this point. We are waiting for launch. Webb is on the pad. That is how it sits in the fairing. Why don't we have a SpaceX Redeem? What would a SpaceX Redeem be for you? Just a curiosity. What would you think I would do for a SpaceX Redeem? I think it's got, like, almost any SpaceX Redeem is something like a knock against Elon. That's what I always feel they got to be. But all the work for SpaceX is possible rocket coming into land. You don't understand why the U.S. does not have the ability for manned space launches, meaning NASA. Essentially, the manned space missions with NASA ended with the space shuttle program, and it moved to more private companies. Jump? You mean drop? That's not on for today. Tomorrow? No. Yeah, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, drop will be back. I'm pretty sure there's probably a green screen. I said lots of things are off today. Except the goats. I got to make sure the goats get turned off. It's technically, No, it's like early Saturday morning. Who's on Sunday now? Is it Sunday for anybody yet? We're like at 6 in the morning here. But yeah, for like NASA's manned missions and crewed missions ended with the space shuttle program, and it's Sunday in New Zealand. Oh, okay. Well, happy Sunday to those in New Zealand. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Boxing Day. And so yeah, NASA decided to take their missions private, and we're relying on companies like SpaceX and Roscosmos to send the crewed missions up to the space station or anything beyond, hopefully. And plus, having launches with technical payloads while it's expensive, it is a little less risky than sending humans up into space. But Arianespace has a fantastic record of launches, and it is a spectacular sight to see. So we'll be keeping our eye on this launch. And there's actually some nice sounds that come from this camera, because they are essentially in a jungle in French Guiana, and a lot of the animals that have kind of been seen around the area have been monkeys, leopards, jaguars. It's a very exotic place to be doing a rocket launch as well. Very picturesque. We are super freaking excited for this one. Probably anticipate this may be I don't know. Like I think about the launch. I think about the moment of that countdown, and it just gets so intense with these rocket launches. And with this one, with something we've been paying attention to for years and decades now. Who is in charge of this Orion project? Will it ever play out, or is it over? Which one's that? What's the... Wait a second, is this... The nuclear propulsion. I gotta say, I'm actually not too familiar with that one at the moment. The Orion nuclear pulse pulse drive combines a very high exhaust velocity from 9 to 31 kilometers per second. In typical interplanetary designs with meganewtons of thrust, many spacecraft propulsion drives can achieve one of these or the other, but nuclear pulse rockets are the only proposed technology that could potentially meet the extreme power requirements to deliver both at once. Now, I gotta say, I haven't actually been too aware on nuclear propulsion. I feel like the issue that comes about with that, if there's anything that does happen during the launch, then there is nuclear fallout that can occur. Whereas if you have like launches that are utilizing liquid oxygen, you're going to have a big boom, but there's less chance of any kind of contamination that will occur. So I don't know if it's technically over. I mean, it'd be the most useful. There are some instruments that do have other fuel sources, and Webb's actually going to mostly rely on the power of the sun for the most part, and it only has a short, and because of the power source they're using, it only has a short lifetime of only 10 years for this mission. So it seems, I know some people can seem a little frustrated over when it's been this long in development. It's been over 30 years, where now it's only for like a 10-year mission. Orion was an Apollo-looking craft, you believe, had a couple of failures or setbacks, but the last couple of years I haven't heard any mention of it. It could be that it might be shelved at the moment. That once Webb is launched, it's going to help usher in this new era of space exploration, of space telescopes, and so it'll work alongside. It is a successor to Hubble, but it's not Hubble's replacement. Good morning, Lux. How are you? Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to yourself and your family. Glad to see you in here this morning. Hopefully all is going well. All right, actually, let me turn off that, the bot message there. Orchid Twilight, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the observatory. I've turned off a lot of the notifications. We're kind of tuning them down for the most part. Now, usually when we are doing these streams, we are taking live images of outer space. However, here's our weather at the moment. Here's what's going on outside my place here in southwestern Ontario.
Oh, don't say that word.
You've slept for 6 hours, then been on Astro Discord voice chat the whole morning, chatting about JWST and Astro. Excellent. How are moods? how are people's feelings toward all of this? Because I gotta say, I slept, but I didn't sleep. Very well. Excited. It's incredibly exciting. Here we are. 1 hour and 15 minutes to launch. Jinxo, what's going on? How are you doing? Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you here. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you as well. You know, a simple meme can explain all of it. What's the latest meme you have? Memes explain everything. Memes are fantastic. 10 seconds. Okay. So let's see what there are a few things I do need to start turning off for notifications. What are we watching? We are taking a look at the Ariane 5 rocket ship that is going to transport the James Webb Space Telescope, which is the newest telescope that is going to be launched, and it ushers in a new era in space observations. So we are waiting for launch, which is just over an hour's time, and it is projected to occur at 12:20 p.m. Universal Coordinated Time. Hey, what's going on, mate? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning to you. Channel point rewards are off.
Don't say that word.
Channel point rewards are off, and a lot of things are going to be turned. They're going to temporarily be disabled until after the launch. Because I know that I will forget to turn certain things off, so I'm starting to slowly turn off more of the channel points and the commands, which will be about 11 p.m. your time, roughly. Indeedy do. 1969 is hopefully off. I think it's just 1969 by itself. But no, Saturn V still works. ISS still works. Just need to... All right, try Saturn V again. Oh yes, to sum up the possibility of the
good sometimes maybe shit. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
well, we always hope that rocket launches are going to be good. We always want these rocket launches to be good. Oh, let's no, we're live. All right. See.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Oh, that looks beautiful.
All right, editing our NASA stream started off with a Sagan quote. Perfect. Excellent. Good morning, Samsung. How are you doing? All right, do we have, is NASA's is up now? Oh, it goes with it's not NASA spaceflight. I cannot be showing NASA's spaceflight. It's a $10 billion payload. No big deal.
Don't say that word.
You'll try time travel with 1 hour into the future. A big naparoonie. No, don't. Why would you risk a nap? Why would you risk a nap right now? Yeah, it's
Holy potatoes.
oh, that's still working. Look into my work. Good morning, Dave. How are you doing? You already thought that you got 2 double espressos in your body. Perfect. Excellent. I hope everybody's doing well today. Good morning, good afternoon. Just dropping by to say good morning and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, Dave. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Excited. Very excited. You're working a 12-hour shift today, Orchid. Best of luck on a 12-hour shift. Whatever you are doing, stay safe. Always glad to have new faces, new friends in here. And yeah, just always wanting to share the universe with people. Police officer, well, thank you very much for your service. Jinxos! Security! Now, usually there are big explosions and wonderful fanfare with the subs, but the tickets will still print out. Security, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Jinxos. To Jinxos, I keep saying Jinxos. Thank you, security. Appreciate that very much. Guy on launch over at NASA. We're watching them. We're looking out for it. So we'll keep they have their countdown. We're just over an hour away from the projected launch time.
Don't say that word.
I think at this point we kind of end the memes a little bit, because there is very little that we can do to prevent this. Also, let's change this. Need to edit this one so it says and a happy birthday to the man who started it all, Mr. Isaac Newton himself. Yes, there's always that tweet that Neil deGrasse Tyson puts out, saying how on this day we celebrate the birth of a man who changed humanity forever. Happy birthday to Isaac Newton. And then he gets all sorts of flack for it. Like, well, no, he was born on this day. All right, also, let's also get rid of these. Let's fix that up. Billions of dollars and none cared to hire a hairstylist. That's right up there with not putting cameras on spacecraft. You're here for the science. Who's here for the style? Who's here for the looks? Let's see what else can we start turning off in preparations for the launch. Are there really no cams? No, there'll be cameras on the rocket, as far as I know. But in terms of the space equipment, the equipment that would be going out into space, it's not going to. They don't have. It's extra weight, so you're not going to see Webb unfurl in real time. Better shoes don't match the dress or the rocket. Imagine. I have what I call the lucky underpants. The most comfortable underpants known to me.
Don't say that word.
It's cloudy though, so we'll probably not see much anyway. That's true. Hopefully, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's gonna launch. It's gonna go. You know the solution. Make Hubble focus on JWST so we can get an up close view. Now, actually, we will be able to see Webb in the night sky as it is heading out to its point. There it is. I have to find where the map was. Someone had posted a map of where you can look over the next 30 days as it is heading out to its L2 Lagrange point. So yeah, Dave, it's going to take a month to get to its point. And there'll be some. So we have liftoff, and at 27 minutes is separation from the upper stage. And at 33 minutes is where the solar array is deployed, starting to start generating its own power. And then there'll have to be a mid-course correction burn, so it is going to be adjusting its path to get into that L2 Lagrange point. And it's just, I can't even think about the junk. Don't think about the junk. Don't think about the junk. Don't think about the junk. So we'll be listening for call-outs. Again, the most one that we can stay up to date with will be the T plus 33 minutes. Merry festivities to you as well, Muffin. Hopefully you're doing well today. Good morning. Good afternoon. No, it's still morning. Good morning. Good to see you in here. How are things? We'll try and check back later. If not, have a grand day and don't get too fat. Otherwise, get mistaken for Santa. No, we're good. We are good, Dave. A Merry Christmas to you, and yes, we're looking forward to this launch. And then Christmas festivities will start later on this morning.
Don't say that word.
Are you currently at your mom's? Oh, Merry Christmas, Mum by Muffin. Godspeed, JWST. I'm going to charge your phone so it doesn't die on launch. Don't say that. Don't say those words so close together there, Lux. Oh boy. All right, so let's also turn off that message coming in from the bot. Let's turn off that timer. So that one's off. I'm also gonna have to. I'm gonna start disabling the. We're just about an hour away from launch. I'm gonna have to start disabling the goats command as well. Unfortunately, I just hoping it's another cold. It's just hoping it's a cold and not the big bad from the pharmacy the other day. Ooh, oh dear. You honestly don't feel so great. You'll be doing a laminar flow test when you get back from your mom. Oh boy. Yeah, hopefully it is just a cold there, Muffin. I know. I'm gonna have to actually disable the bits as well, which I just had put that together the other day. So I just want to turn that one off. So we got that all out of the way. I just hope that JWST does become responsible for the Kessler syndrome. No. No. Please no. We do not need any catastrophic failures. We don't need... Nuh-uh. No. I need to adjust it. I need to, because the word goat just gets everything. It's that little one always pops up. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I'm thinking. If I don't, I gotta switch that over to StreamerBot. The achievement prints out a ticket if I don't actually engage it. Your mom wondered what that noise was. She thought it was a small child. I did have one of the. Wait, can I trigger this one myself? I don't think I can. Hang on. Hang on a second. That one is a little louder, a little more goat to that reading. That one is currently off at the moment. If only I could actually get the achievements to print out. More goat, all goats. Every single goat. We are under an hour away. James, he opened the stream and suddenly... What a wake up call, right? How you doing? How you doing this morning? But yes, no, for the Kessler syndrome or a Kessler effect. That would be a catastrophic cascade of debris that would just eventually encircle. There'd be damaging debris that will cause massive problems for any future space missions and current space missions that are going on at the moment. And we don't want anything like that. We want a nice, low-key, safe launch for Webb. And that will be occurring in just over an hour. And where is my... Let's adjust these. I'm going to start turning off some more of the redeems. The achievement, that is off. Holy potatoes. If you want to do one more redeem on that one. It's me. It's turning off. Christmas lo-fi. One more round of that. And then we're going to be turning off some more of the redeems and some other chat commands that I have set up on here. One more for the road, right? You saw a stream in the last 2 days. All streams is just this woman milking 12 goats twice a day and feeding them. It's interesting what you do find on Twitch, right? There's always something a little different. And apparently people would like to see goats being milked. 12 goats twice a day. Is there even like, you just, once you finish one, you just kind of move on to, you come back to it a few hours later? People will stream anything. Well, you know, it's, there's some interesting things out there for sure. Like what we like to do, like I said, usually we're taking live images of outer space. And that is one of our most recent images of the moon that has been processed. And like I said, usually we are taking some images of outer space, but today, because of this weather, we're not going to be able to do any of this at the moment. Like I said, we are showing you guys views of outer space and interesting targets that we usually don't get to see with our own naked eyes, our own inefficient meat cameras. This is the Eastern Veil Nebula. This is a part of a supernova remnant. And when James Webb starts to do its observations, other items, something like the Horsehead Nebula, will security. Horsehead Nebula will look very different in the infrared. Security, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Death by Muffin. We are there. I made a little bit of space on the spike. There's not much space left. I have another one coming. Should be here in a day or so. Twitch started out as gaming streams, Justin TV. Now there's a lot of science streams gaining popularity. You like the science streams? Well, there are a great deal of science streamers. There are those who are in the Knowledge Fellowship, of which I am a part of, and there's many educational streamers on here, and there's some fantastic content. Baba Zelnik, good morning, Mom. How you doing? How's it going, Ma? Yeah, Muffin, hopefully everything goes in your favor for sure, and that everything comes back negative on those tests. So yes, we are under an hour. We're waiting for the launch of James Webb. There is the live look at French Guiana, the launch pad for the Ariane 5 rocket. So here also a little bit of information. They are talking about what the scope is, or what the observatory is going to do. Merry Christmas, Mom. Merry Christmas, Mom. I love you. Your partner and I had to do a test the other day, which thankfully came back negative. I've been seeing, unfortunately, a few more friends coming back with some positive tests, and I can only hope that there is as little impact to them as possible, and hopefully everybody is staying as safe as they can. And I know with something like this, with rocket launches, that you're going to be taking every precaution as possible to make sure that all your staff is there on hand, ready to monitor the mission and maintain all the systems that need to go right. The thing is with Webb, there are many points of failure on this, in the sense that there's over 300 things that could possibly go wrong as this is deployed. Your friends came back positive after 6 saying negative. It's an interesting time with this version, that when it presents, and how asymptomatic a lot of people can be. So what are the possible points of failure for JWST? So success means humanity's most powerful space observatory ever. Failure means the most expensive space junk in history. So the 5 critical events that are going to shape this launch. So it'll be launching at 7:20 a.m. or 12:20 Universal Coordinated Time. And for the most part, we're going to have up to possibly 2 hours from launch. We'll wait for that. Well, we'll see how things go. Where we'll see if we're going to have the gimbaled antenna assembly being deployed, or if we'll still at least wait for the solar array to be deployed, which is going to be at this point here at T plus 33 minutes. We'll wait for that call out at least, and then just see what the coverage is going to be like from NASA. Very, very exciting. He's okay. We're pretty sure it's the new variant, so it's more like cold than anything else. It would be. See, I don't want to start going too much into it, but it's new, and it's we're experiencing like what we're seeing with Webb, where we have seen the science go into this real time. Same thing as with new infections. We're seeing this into real time.
Astro Canuck, you will find 1 credit for violation of the verbal morality statute.
12:20 UTC, 7:20 EST. So launch is in 50 minutes. Trekker Kev, what's going on? How you doing, Kev? Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Launch day and presents. Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. I will not forget the spicy objects that still do come with the bits. We're running low on these. Although it's launch day. We'll still honor the bit tradition. That's spicy for first thing in the morning. Security. Thank you, sir. Seafood. Hang on a second here. Good morning, Sifu. How are you? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh my God. Security, thank you so much for the gift subs. Thank you very much for the gift sub to Trekker Kev, as well as James Mule and Sifu. Greatly appreciated. Onto the remaining space of the spike of appreciation. We are actually. Here's another thing. I'd have to start designing some new bit badges, or not bit badges. Sorry, sub badges, because we have the availability of having a 1.5 year and a 2 year badge now available to me. So I better get designing some things. But yeah, security. Thank you very much for the gifted subs. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, always happy to see you guys in here. Always happy to be sharing our images of space. And when we have these launch coverages, we will always make an attempt to watch as many as we can. And I think this is one of the most important ones, I gotta say, in quite a while. And I'm anticipating possible emotions occurring during this, because even watching like the Falcon Heavy launch was monumental and emotional. It's kind of relaxing considering the day you've had and the next couple of days you're going to have. Now, is it like family stress, work stress, holiday stress? Because sometimes we run ourselves down way too much during the holidays. I'm well received. Well, thank you.
Oh, don't say that word.
I guess I got to turn that one off. You guys are honestly so wonderful, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you too as well, Muffin. Always wonderful seeing you in here. And I'm always thankful for the people that I've met on Twitch, and just the communities that have been built all around. I appreciate it to no end, and I can never ever say enough thanks for all the support that people have been giving over the past year and a half now while we've been streaming. Yesterday marked 4 years since you physically spoke to your brother, and the 28th marks 4 years since his accident. Oh, wow. Well, I can see how that would be some hard times there, Jinxo. But yeah, always wanted to. It's funny how the holidays can be that hard time for a lot of people. And if in any way, shape, or form community can help lift you up, bring your spirits up a tiny bit, or just offer up a little bit of comfort, we're always happy to be able to provide that. Always wonderful to be in the stream. Thank you for the content. It is my pleasure. My pleasure to share these moments with you guys. Otherwise, it's kind of me talking to myself, and you know, it's like I said, I started this back in the UK when I was we were waiting for our house to sell, so it was, you know, things that we try to keep occupied, try something different, try something a little scary, a little exciting as well. I appreciate it. Sorry, drop us. No. We have always been as open of a forum here as possible as well. I go off on tangents, whether they are good or bad. And, you know, it's digitally, it can sometimes be tough to support things. But at the same time, hopefully that things don't come off dismissive or cold or anything like that. Holy potatoes! Orion! Oh my goodness. Thank you. I'm sorry, I've turned off a lot of the alerts at the moment, but the print is still prints.
Astro Canuck, you will find 1 credit for violation of the Verbal Morality Statute.
Thank you, security. No. I just don't want to drop the vibes or anything. No. It's my goodness, to be a place, to be someone who can offer a little bit of a comforting environment, and appreciate that you are sticking around with us today, spending time over here.
Holy potatoes!
But thank you very much, Orion. Appreciate that very, very, very much. Thank you for the gift of sub to Alpha Ant X. Yes, we have a medium reveal. Yes, excellent. Thank you, guys. Arnold BSD, as well as Arthur, Toby Toolbag, and Hein TV getting a gifted sub, as well as security. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Probably the last remaining bit of the ghost peppers. I need to find more of these. These are ghost pepper chips, so they are fairly hot. All right, Seafood, you're going to go off for a while. Hopefully make it back in time for lunch. Take care. We'll see you soon. Always wonderful to see you in here. You've been following science streams for a month now. You notice that the science streamers... Hang on, I'll read that in a second as soon as the chips wear off. Let me make a little bit of space on here. Security, Orion, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. And Security, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, it's like we're already getting emotional already. On to the few remaining centimeters of the spike of appreciation. The pillar of happiness. The rod of... I'm sending a heartfelt hugs to you all. Thanks for hope for goodness and health as always. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you as soon as possible. Give you the biggest freaking hug ever. Yes, Orchid Twilight, you've been following science streams for a month now. Notice that the science streamers seem to be some of the best people, polite, and they really show their appreciation for everything from subs, even a few bits. The fact that you guys, people are willing to part with their hard-earned money, is always well appreciated, well received. Like I said, it is also never a requirement to enjoy this channel. It is my pleasure to show you guys some interesting images of space, share something cool, and just generally ramble on about astrophotography and pretty much anything else that goes on. I thank you for being awesome and Spud-like. I do what I can. I try to do my best by everybody as often as possible here. All right, a few things that need to start turning off. Goats are starting to be turned off. Our lurk command is off. Lunar lander is off. We're getting prepared for launch. one more goat for the road. Now there's I hope I don't forget see, I know there's like something I could set up to turn everything off all at once instead of going through every single command here. I'm pretty sure. I've been taking screenshots because I know invariably I'm going to forget something. All right. All right, that is that. There we go. Some more things have been turned off. We're getting prepared. We're 39 minutes away from launch. We'll be watching this through the NASA broadcast. Hopefully, we see right now they got 129,000 people watching. Last time with the call from the Mars mission, the Mars landing, there was about 3 million people watching on NASA. So again, hopefully that's a testament to how many people are interested in space exploration and the betterment of the understanding of our universe. Yeah, hopefully, Muffin. Hopefully, it turns out to be nothing and just a cold for you. You got it on your computer as well. There's a lot of places that are covering this, so I do appreciate you guys being in here today. And if there are other people you do like to watch as well who may be covering something like this, the professional lurks, I always appreciate that. I think I always say lurks make the Twitch world go around, and it's one of the very simple way to support people who you want to see on Twitch, and whether or not you're kind of jumping back and forth between streams. I always appreciate it when you guys are hanging out in here for a little bit. Now, you did everything you could to minimize the risk, like wearing your mask, washing hands, not touching all the things, etc. And I think it's just trying to remain as vigilant as possible. It's not another stream. That's okay. There's a few. I believe Skylius is streaming right now. She's been on for. She was up a little earlier than I am. She's in California, so it is early in the morning for her. I believe EJ is going to be covering this, and I hope that there are going to be more people who are going to be covering on Twitch as well, just sharing this moment. Raj, good morning. How are you? Greetings, fellow nerds and rocketeers from England, UK today. is the day for JWST to launch. Looking forward to its deployment and first images. We are like speechless again on the amount of excitement and the nerves. I believe there was the term nerve-sighted is something that has been coined on Urban Dictionary. Provided it's not, and it's just a cold, you'll be booking it after you're well again. Oh, for your booster shot, yes. Hopefully that all goes well for you, Muffin. Now, because we have pretty much everybody has received their booster here. So and just trying to keep as safe as possible because there are varying ages in the house. Good morning, Scandranin. Hello, how are you doing? How you doing? Merry Christmas as well. Good to see you in here. This is also, I like this visualization here to show how Webb is meant to stay in that Lagrange point, and that whole shield meant to keep the whole observatory cool to minus 233 degrees, which is not too far off from absolute zero being minus 273 degrees. Now you got the NASA broadcast on like you, just have a bit bigger screen muted so you can hear you. Well, I appreciate that. Yes, I know we have a little tiny screen on here, but also I want to figure out a little bit of the layout, because there are sometimes, well, or just get a bigger monitor. That could be a solution. Some of the things we're holding that I'm watching is on a smaller monitor. The most frustrating bit is you take minimal risks and don't go out often in the winter because of your pain levels. So you're pissed that it's all because you needed the medication. See, it's the needs that it's. Yeah, that is frustrating when you have to do something, and you're putting yourself at risk for that. Yeah, it is so exciting with the amount of time we've been waiting for this to occur. Or just get more monitors. I like that. Just get all the monitors. Monitor everything. All right, so what else do I need to turn off? What else do I need to mute? Because there are a few other things here. What do we have? It's all good, Muffin. Like I said, we are free to talk about pretty much anything on here. Also, because it just occurred. Hang on, we have a medium Lego set reveal. Now we did have, this was yesterday's. This is not today's. This is what I revealed yesterday because we absolutely crushed our goals for the set reveals, and tomorrow morning we have an absolutely massive Lego set to reveal, as that was going to be. I was going to have that up to 200 subs, and we've crushed that. So yes, this was the one we revealed yesterday. We'll be building this one at some point when we have more of our sci-fi days, and I can actually make some redeems that are more Darth Vader like. But another set that we have that is a little different. But I like it because it's a Lego Ideas set. Hugs to everyone in here. I hope you're all safe and warm, and happy holidays to everyone. And to you as well, Scandran. And wonderful to have you in here. It is a pleasure to have everybody spending their time here with us. You don't complain that often, but you don't want to be that person either, you know. But yeah, there are times when it's fine to complain. You hear me piss and moan about certain things. But yes, this is an interesting one. I always like what comes out from Lego Ideas, and this was one of the gifts with purchase. And I like that this Lego Idea set did actually make it into production. It's by no means am I a sailing enthusiast, but I think it was a cute little set. It was one of the gifts with purchase. Arr, that'd be a boat, me mateys. Maybe we'll turn it into a pirate theme. Probably not. You got 2 new Speed Champions Lego kits today for Christmas from your mother. Awesome. Wonderful. Merry Christmas to you, Ghost. Hello, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Thanks for being so lovely all year. Thank you for being so lovely all the time. Being such a tremendous, tremendous streamer. Good to see you in here. Fiat, hello. Bonjour. 12 plus. We don't act that age. But yeah, that's our medium set. And like I said, tomorrow morning stream, we have a massive set to reveal. But yeah, that is I appreciate you guys reaching that sub goal. It is much appreciated. I sure am old enough for this set. Chronologically, yes. But no. I wish I understood Lego more. I never grew into it. It's to each their own. You know, I like to just have the excuse of buying different Lego sets and just be able to collect things. And I just love the Infinity Gauntlet. Like that is a gorgeous, gorgeous set. Nikola Tesla, hello. Good morning. How you doing? I do have the printer mod. I have been I've been a Lego maniac since about 3. Yeah. But yeah, how you doing, Nicola? A friend of mine, her husband picked up Lego Star Wars Imperial Destroyer. It's over 6 feet long. I know that UCS is amazing, but it's a little too big for what we're doing here. How much did it cost to set up for the printer? I think the printer itself, you can get like a POS for, and that's a point of sale, not a piece of. For I think mine was like £70, and that was kind of just on the higher end because you can mount it to the wall. But yeah, it's actually fairly easy to set up, and I think that DJ Teo is working on, and Nutty have developed the version that will work with StreamerBot. So he has pretty much separated himself from Leorin board and just doing everything through StreamerBot. I know Teo is doing some upgrades to the printer where eventually we can get our own images printed out. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be able to customize our receipts so it's no longer just your name and the bits, but it'll have logos and maybe icons, and it'll be very exciting to see what the future for that is going to bring. Your Christmas has been good, but today, the next couple of days are going to be rough for you. Yeah, Jinxo. Community is there for you guys as much as possible, as much as we can be through our screens to support and try to lift everybody up as much as we can, But no, it's there are some wonderful Lego sets. Like we have our space station up there. Scout Trooper helmet. There are instructions for building a 1-to-1 sized Scout Trooper helmet. Timber, what's going on? How you do? Launch is in about 25 minutes time. So I think a 1-to-1 would be awesome. It's about $60 for the instructions and about maybe $240 for the pieces. So that is an investment for a set, but at the same time, I think it'd be really cool. I gotta say, the Scout Trooper is one of my favorite helmets in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, we have NASA's feed ready to go. We'll be watching the launch of the Ariane 5 rocket. I'll be back soon. You just need to meet with other officers. No worries, Orchid. I appreciate you watching with us today. Yeah, we'll be watching that launch, which will, there you go, countdown T-minus 27 minutes. Dan, pull that money out your rear. I guess it'll be a post then, eh? Yeah. Now there has been a new addition to the background, and I've realized that the way how I have everything set up is you can barely see it, or you catch a little glimpse of it when we switch scenes. So I tried to have everything as obvious as possible in here, a little bit of a view on certain items. Maybe we see everything, maybe you don't. Kind of wonder what's that little bit of a gold shiny thing down there, you know? What's that little bit of a green up there? Maybe that's the new addition. So just it really depends on what camera angle we're using on how well we can see things, on what's available. Speaking of not seeing, that's our view outside right now. Snow, blowing wind on a Christmas morning. We can see no more than the little tiny shrubs on my back porch. You can barely see the deck right now. Okay, let's see. Also, I need to find out what else. What do I have? What commands are still on that I need to turn off? There's a little snow. Actually, we did. Here's before we get too sidetracked. Of course, I'm going to get sidetracked. We had about 30 centimeters of snow the other day. Where is the... That was Mrs. Canuck clearing out the driveway. I can send you some snow. All right. Take this snow. Take this snow and pile it up wherever you want. Make a snow angel, make a snow sculpture of some sort. But that was our weather the other day, where we had about 30 centimeters drop on us over the course of about 12 hours. So we, although we're kind of expecting or forecast for a little bit of rain and warmer temperatures, so I don't know how long it's going to be.
Holy potatoes!
How long it's going to be a white Christmas for? Wait a minute, I thought I turned that one off. Old balls, Merry Christmas, Pops. Merry Christmas. Morning, how you doing? All right, let's see. We need to turn off. All right, Holy Potatoes is off, I believe. All of the channel point redeems for now, except modifying an emote, are going to be turned off until post-launch. So imagine if there's anything going on. There's fantastic effects and notifications and everything. So for those who may be new to the channel, I appreciate you guys popping in. My name is Tom. I'm the Astro Canuck, and we are going to be watching the launch of the James Webb Space Telescope in about 25 minutes time. We'll be launching on the Ariane 5 rocket from French Guiana, and it is a very, very exciting time for us today. But yeah, good to have you guys in here. Wonderful to have you guys tuning in, and whether you're watching on this stream or another channel, I just appreciate you guys are even just popping in to say hello. You know, it's always nice to see you guys, and those who are lurking. Hello, lurkers, professional lurkers. I appreciate you guys as well. So this is what we're waiting for: the launch of James Webb Space Telescope to usher in a new era of space exploration and imaging, and just some absolutely wonderful views to come. And it is a 6-month mission, or sorry, a 6-month journey. Hang on. It's going to take a month to get to its point. It is going to take up to 6 months to get all the instrumentation ready to start doing the science that it's meant to do. Anna the Demon Queen. Good morning, Demon Queen. How are you? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Welcome in. Glad to have you in with us today. So that is the model of the Ariane 5 rocket. It's a wonderful looking rocket as well. It is like so much less penis shaped than Bezos's Blue Origins, and this one also harkens to the look of the space, the shuttle missions. Yeah, but doing well. Doing very well, but very excited, very nervous. Before I asked you, you are indeed related. King and Queen. Welcome in, royalty. Royalty of the underworld. Wait, do I have a voice for this one? I do.
Hello, royalty of the underworld. Wonderful to have you in.
IRL partners, well, wonderful to have you both in here today. Always nice to see some, what I like to call Twitch power couples. Now, if I have been quiet enough, Mrs. Canuck is still sleeping. There's more things I still want to add on here that are going to utilize some different voices. And it seems that voice mod is very successful at, and it sounds actually decent, whereas some voice changes can sound absolutely horrible. All right, we are 20 minutes away from launch. Have I turned off? Have I turned off things? WTF? What the f***, Hunter? How are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. You can sort of do that without voice mod. There are some... I don't know, what does it sound like? Actually, no. I got to go down that route a little later, because I know I can go down quite the rabbit hole with voices. Well, I would like to, Jinx. So I'd like to hear that without the voice mod. All right. So let's make sure we have everything turned off. There's no more channel point redeems. Bits. I think I'm gonna have to turn those alerts just in case if there's anything that is jarring. That's off. This one. Just put this at outrageous amounts. BRB needs to finish some details on Minecraft, but you're still listening. I always like to see what people do in Minecraft. It is some amazing work that is put into the structures. Are you learning how to do it without with learning how to scream with the genre of music you listen to? I imagine we probably have some very similar tastes in music then. And since I have canceled my Spotify, it's been a while since I've listened to some good music. All right, what else do we not have? That's off, that's off, that's off. That is... That is just for me to trigger. Slipknot, Disturbed, Parkway Drive. I'm not familiar with Parkway Drive. But the other ones, yes. Who else? That is there. That's off for the moment. That's off. I'm gonna have to remember to turn all these back on afterward. Okay, I think everything that is going to possibly cause anything. Parkway Drive is an Australian metalcore band. All right. I probably won't remember. No. There'll be so much confusion. Exactly. You know it. You guys, those who have been here for a while, know. know of the confusion that will occur. Is NASA involved in the Ariane launches generally, or you wonder if their logo is on the rocket because of JWST or generally? This JWST is a coordinated effort with NASA, ESA, and the Canadian Space Agency, and they have chosen the Ariane space to hold their launch, and this has been put in place for many years now, decades even of work. I recommend checking them, or you can put some songs in the Discord for you. Yeah, you know what? Let's discover something new, Jinxo. Drop that in the Discord. Yes, it's wonderful to see the Canadian Space Agency. Now, I think they said something like Canada has, I want to say it was either 5% or 25 hours worth of science that they will be able to do with Webb. That is just dedicated for the Canadian Space Agency. So it'll be very interesting to see. If we got a section 4 just under a random channel. What do we have in the on the Discord? I would say maybe within like books and movies. We can do books, movies, music in there. I think that's a good place to put something like that. Those suggestions. Is launch audio going to be on? Or are you going to keep it muted? I will turn launch audio on. You guys don't have to listen to me throughout the whole launch. But yeah, we will unmute that. But how you doing, Hunter? Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. For those who are new to the channel, I appreciate you guys popping on in to watch the launch of the James Webb Space Telescope. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. And usually when we have clear skies, today is not the day for clear skies, but we do take live images of outer space and share them with you guys live. That is our view of the Horsehead Nebula in the visible light, whereas James Webb is going to be imaging in infrared light, so just below that red end of the spectrum, which will allow it to see past the gas and dusts in the universe. Read today, ESA provided 7% of the funds, but European researchers got 15% of the research time. Not sure how accurate that is. It is. There are these low percentages, but yeah, the things that are possible out there. Yeah, everybody has something invested in the launch. It's in there under books and movies and tab your favorite songs. Excellent. Thank you very much, Jingso. All right, let's see what they're saying right now.
Great to be with you today.
Very pleased to be here with you and all of you watching us for this very special event.
Well, at this hour, countdown clocks are ticking backward. We are at T-minus 13 minutes, 32 seconds and counting. Out on the launch pad, everything is in great shape. Don't let those clouds fool you. We are go for launch. The latest weather briefing just completed indicated that all weather parameters are green. We have a green board here in the control center, and everything has gone extremely smoothly in the countdown. About 9 minutes ago, a major milestone passed as the James Webb Space Telescope began the process and completed the process of receiving commands to transition from external power to internal battery power following the latest in the series of those weather briefings.
I'm getting goosebumps already.
Webb will remain on internal battery power until its singular solar array unfurls about 30 minutes after launch. Earlier, telescope controllers reported good environmental readings from sensors inside the fairing, encapsulating the telescope atop the upper stage of the Ariane 5 rocket. And Luce, as we enter the most critical phase of the countdown, can you outline some of the upcoming critical activities as we head into the phase called synchronized sequence?
Yes, Rob. We are now reaching
Forgotten Astronaut, hello, how you doing? Welcome in. It is a very important day. is exciting as anything. I'm getting the same chills when Cap lifted Mjolnir. These are incredible chills going on right now. New official news: the rocket carrying the Jwst will be operated by 2 astronauts because it failed to auto start. Both astronauts are revealed to be Mr. James and Mr. Webb. But yeah, Forgotten Astronaut, how you doing? How you doing today? All right, so right now, weather reports, everything is green. We are good to go. We are go for launch. Oh my goodness. This is, I mean, we've been waiting for this for quite a long time. We've memed about it. We have joked about things. And now we're down to the, just, this is exciting. This is like, man, I'm like, how many days this has been pushed back? The question is, should you watch you with a delay or live NASA? That is completely up to you. Just if there is any no spoilers 5 seconds ahead or anything like that. What's going on, Def? Hello. How you doing? Maybe you pause and restart the stream. You know, we'll oh, you're on the phone. Phone is charged. Everything is charged. Everything is good. All right. We are 10 minutes, 17 seconds and counting for launch. So everything is good. We are green to go. Now you can also see the little bits up here. Oh, you didn't see it. Hang on. All right, well, there's this look here. This thing, these are vents in the fairing because during tests there were some issues that were going on during pressurization for when they're reaching max Q. So they had to add these vents in there to equalize the negative pressure that keeps the telescope, the observatory, stable in the fairing. So that was a little bit of a modification they had to do to the rocket. So that was kind of interesting to hear that they still had these issues. Good early morning to you, Zinc. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. 85% ready to burn. Excellent. Old Neener, good morning. Yes. Oh my goodness, here we go. We are under 10 minutes to launch. This is not an instantaneous launch. However, we just heard earlier they are green across the board. The weather is in their favor. Merry Christmas to you as well. Glad to have you in here today. Oh, I can feel the nerves and chills and everything else that goes along with the launch. It's so amazing how they built the telescope to do everything it does and still survive the launch. You're done? Oh, you're done. You're done in with Minecraft. And you have to be spending this time with you guys on Christmas morning, Christmas afternoon, early Christmas morning for those who may be on the West Coast. Wonderful to have you guys spending time over here. And like I said, there are many other people who are covering this launch. And if you're lurking in a whole bunch of other streams or watching elsewhere, it's just nice to see that.
We're just 38 seconds away from entering the
excuse me?
You're going to be hearing
Ooh, who's nuts?
all the critical calls from the DDO, the Range Operations Manager, who is Jean-Luc Voyer, here in the launch in the Mission Control Center. There he is.
Back for a bit more. Good to see you.
Calling the start of synchronized
Welcome back. So we've reached milestones and everything is green. What's going on, Doug? How you doing? How you doing? We had spicy peanuts before. We had ghost pepper peanuts. I need to find something hotter. I need to find like some Carolina Reaper peanuts. Yeah. Good morning, Doug. Good to see you in here. How are things?
Coming up just a few seconds from now, which will be the topping off of the main stage tanks. The first or core stage was loaded earlier this morning with 175 tons of propellant, 150 tons of liquid oxygen, and 25 tons of liquid hydrogen. The upper stage loaded with 15 tons of propellant that will be the workhorse for a 16-minute burn to lift James Webb to its final orbit. At separation, some 27 minutes and 7 seconds after launch,
of fuel.
James Webb will be at an altitude of about 864 statute miles. To put that into perspective, some 520 miles
6
higher
minutes and
than
counting.
the Hubble Space Telescope and more than 600 miles higher than the International Space Station. Webb at that point will be traveling about 21,000 miles an hour as it heads out to a highly elliptical halo-like racetrack orbit some 1 million miles from Earth to begin its scientific observations.
Vape Doom, Merry Christmas to you. Couldn't sleep, so waiting for the kids to wake up. This feels like this is the Christmas when adults are going to be up before the kids. This feels like it's one of those, like it is a Christmas to remember, especially for those who are, for everybody. And hopefully more good memories come from this Christmas for everyone. I woke the son up and he said, like he said too, but don't think he'll be down to watch. Oh well, I guess you can watch it on the YouTube vid. It's you know what, I would say even watching certain rocket launches after the fact, afterward, are still exciting. I'm probably gonna jump on them in a couple hours to wake them up. That's it. I mean, there was I still have that feeling of that getting up early on Christmas morning. It's just always that excitement, even if there is even if it's very subdued. There's still that childlike excitement that still comes across. At least afterwards, you get to skip all the waffle. Exactly, go right down to the 10-second countdown. Although for the Falcon Heavy, I've watched that launch again in the entirety. I would love to have seen would love to see the SLS launch live. We'll keep an eye on future launches because there's significant moments happening in space exploration. yeah. Once we're done with JWST, yeah, we're gonna be worried about SLS. We'll start getting nervous about that one. Your dad used to do it to us every year. We could. We never could wake up before him. My brother and I would always get up super early on Christmas morning, and we weren't allowed to go downstairs. We weren't allowed to go down to the tree until coffee was ready, until Mom and Dad were awake and ready to start the day. So that was their plan, to try to sleep in a little bit. Then one year, my brother and I bought them a coffee maker that would start automatically. So it was, as soon as we were up, the coffee was already brewed, so they had no excuse. Trying to hack the system. So it's going to be like 4 heavy launches next year. That's going to be exciting as well. 3 minutes, 6 seconds and counting. You always woke everyone else up at 5 a.m. Well, I would imagine, I don't know how, a little louder at the moment. I've been trying to keep things quiet, but we're under 3 minutes to launch. Just subscribe on YouTube. You can't find the feed. Well, we are here. We are on NASA's watching NASA's launch. Orchid, welcome back. Welcome back just in time. 2 minutes, 24 seconds and counting. Eager to see the results of the observations from the high redshift galaxies. I mean, the fact that it's just, it is, it is so exciting to be able to see, to be able to cut through all the dust and gas, and to uncover the early views of the universe. Yeah, Jigsaw Nerd, welcome in. Good to see you. 2 minutes. Personally, it would be fun to watch. It would be in person. That'd be amazing. There is one of the videos from Falcon Heavy that Destin made on Smarter Every Day. There was a binaural. There's binaural audio for the Falcon Heavy launch, and it was a very incredible moment to hear that. So if you can check out the search for the Falcon Heavy Smarter Everyday launch, that is a cool video to watch if you have like some over-the-ear headphones. Yeah, to be able to analyze the spectroscopy of stars. All right, we are 1 minute and counting. I'm going to switch. I'm going to just turn the audio up on here, and we're going to watch the launch.
Thumbs up from Jean-Luc Voyer. All systems are go. We're inside a minute now. T-minus 50 seconds and counting. As you heard earlier, the Vulcan 2 engine will ignite.
Beetle Rock.
Turbo pumps will
How are
come
you?
up to flight speed for 7 seconds, and the command will be issued to ignite the solid rocket boosters. The James Webb Space Telescope will be on its way.
Morning, Werewolf. Good morning.
30 seconds and counting. Standing by for terminal count.
All right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top.
And we have engine start.
Allumage décollage.
Decollage, liftoff from a tropical rainforest to the edge of time itself.
Go!
Begins a voyage back to the birth of the universe. Punching a hole through the clouds, 20 seconds into the flight. Good pitch program reported.
Trajectoire est nominale.
Vehicle performance is nominal.
Nominal. That's what we want.
The Ariane 5 rocket continues to fly uphill in nominal fashion.
Unmanned. James Webb Space Telescope is the only payload on this.
The rumble of the powerful Ariane 5 now being felt here in the control center.
There's there.
Animation.
The 3D animation of the rocket.
Fields of vibrations here. You're right, Rob. Yeah, impressive.
13 kilometers in altitude, 7 kilometers downrange, traveling.
Good morning, Lars. How are you?
0.6 kilometers per second.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
The trajectory reported to be nominal by Jean-Luc Voyer, the range operations manager. You can see at the bottom of your screen, the yellow line is the trajectory plot, perfectly overlaid over the green line, which was the pre-launch trajectory. 1 minute, 41 seconds into the flight, about 40 seconds away from shutdown of the solid rocket boosters.
Morning, Lars. Good to see you.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark into the flight.
Hey, Merry Christmas. We were looking at the 3D 3D animation, reporting back all the information from Webb.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
Everything is okay. Everything is normal.
2 minutes, 15
Good,
seconds into the
everything's
flight.
okay.
When the computer detects this threshold, it will separate.
Séparation des EAP.
Done.
We have confirmation of solid rocket booster separation from Jean-Luc Voyer. This coming at an altitude of 44 miles. The Ariane 5 and James Webb traveling almost 5,000 miles an hour. We have about 1 minute 5 seconds to go before fairing jettison. That'll be the next critical milestone.
All right, so the fairing.
The
This
fairing
is
is
the
there to avoid the satellite being exposed to high temperatures and also high airflows. And as soon
exactly
as the
meaner.
launcher leaves the atmosphere, as is now the case, the satellite does not need anymore to be protected.
All right, we're coming to the
and Webb does not need anymore to be
Paramètres à bord
protected.
sont normaux.
So each
Nominal.
kilogram
Nominal.
being very important for the performance of the launch, we are going to eject this no more useful fairing.
And
I love
let's
how
go
sometimes
down to the
precise they
floor,
are with the
in Jupiter
language.
Control Center to Raphael Chevrier of Arianespace. Raphael, so far so good.
All right, do we have nominal call out for the fairing?
Everything is nominal, as we say, when attitude and trajectory of the Ariane 5 is going perfectly well. As you can see also on the yellow line
Langage de la coiffe.
on the screen, we had the confirmation of the separation of the two solid boosters and now of the fairing, meaning that
Excellent.
we have got the limit
Excellent
of
fairing
atmosphere.
separation and
So
success.
everything is going super
Webb
good.
is exposed
And the video
to
just said that
space.
all parameters are going perfectly
This
smoothly.
too, everything happened
So
minutes
let's
ago.
continue.
Exactly. Everything's in the past. You don't want to think about
And
that.
Raphael, this is a view from the upper stage camera called the Vicky Cam, looking back at the James Webb Space Telescope. This is on about a 20-second delay or so because of the way the imagery is processed here in the control room.
Oh, that's
Here's your
awesome.
telescope, ready to unfurl its wings, basically, and begin its
Oh my God.
journey to the Lagrange point, the L2 point, about a
That's
million
so
miles
beautiful.
away from Earth.
This is way cooler than the Fireplace channel.
Le trajectoire est nominal.
Trajectory is nominal. The report from Jean-Luc Voyer.
So we like hearing. Everything nominal.
The liftoff time confirmed here in the Mission Control Center at 12:20 Greenwich
We've been
Mean
waiting
Time,
years for
9:20
this.
a.m. Peru time, 7:20 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh my goodness, it is.
The Ariane 5 and
I wonder
James
who was the
Webb,
last person to
181
see the
kilometers
telescope.
altitude, 450
Le trajectoire est nominal.
kilometers downrange from the launch site here in Kourou.
Flight control is very smooth.
That's everything we like to hear.
It's
All
12
the
seconds into the flight. We have about 3.5 minutes to go in main stage or first stage performance. And again, you can see at the bottom of your screen the yellow plot line overlaid over the green line, meaning we are right on course, right down the pike, and a perfect trajectory so far for the Ariane 5
Les
rocket.
paramètres à bord sont normaux.
why to send it that far away?
Received by the Galileo tracking station, which is close to here, where we are in Kourou. It will track the launcher up to the ignition of its upper stage,
Pilotage calme, la propulsion est nominale.
and then we'll have the natal
I
station
think
in
Ariane 5 would be
Brazil.
cool. There is a web.
Ascension
There is a
in
web
the-
that has been
as you can
approved.
see on the map,
Or
in the middle
or
of the
at least not
ocean,
approved, but it's in the
and
running
two last
for a set.
stations in Africa, Libreville and Malindi, one on the east coast, the other one on the west coast. And the one on the west coast, Malindi, you can see that the satellite will be, the telescope will be separated more or less over this Malindi station. And this Malindi station will also.
So the next milestone that we can be expecting
telemetry
is
data from
the
telescope.
separation of the
You can see both are green,
satellite from the
Galileo
main
and
stage.
Natal on this animation. It means they are expected
So,
to
Webb, this
receive
upper
the
stage will
data, and it was
separate.
confirmed right now
And
by the
Webb
launch
will keep on its
operations manager. that's
Acquisition de
Natal.
télémesure par la station de Natal au Brésil.
And just confirming now that telemetry is being processed through the Brazilian tracking station. The telescope is also processing telemetry through the tracking and data relay satellite
pilotage
system.
est calme.
As it moves further and further out into deep space, all of the telescope's telemetry and its imagery ultimately will be processed through the Deep Space Network in Goldstone, California. We passed the 7-minute mark into the flight. A perfect ride so far on the Ariane 5. We have about 1.5 minutes to go in the first stage performance.
All right,
Once
so we
the main
passed.
stage engine is commanded to cut off, it will be jettisoned, and just a few seconds after that, the upper stage engine will ignite, and it will be the workhorse for a 16-minute burn that will put James Webb into its preliminary orbit.
So yes, it's this whole section that's going to split off and do that 16-minute burn, and after which Webb will separate from
now,
the booster.
Telescope controllers at the Space Telescope Science Institute will be sending commands to prepare James Webb for the initial series of commissioning activities that will lead to the deployment of its solar array and the initiation of generation of electrical power.
See, I would like if they did that, although I guess it's too risky to be launching two rockets so close together. But this is all the visualizations based off of all the telemetry given back. We're getting ready for
trajectory continues
the
to be
upper
the
stage
watchword
separation
for the day from the Range Operations Manager Jean-Luc Voyer. As we
unless the
stand by
camera
for
had like
main
a
engine
secondary
shutdown
mission
and
as well.
separation.
There's more outside cams, yes.
Extinction de l'EPC. Opération EPC.
And we have main stage shutdown and separation confirmed here in the Mission Control Center, and the ignition of that upper
Allumage
stage.
ESC.
And Raphael Chevrier down in the fishbowl. So far, so good.
Yes, Rob, we have the confirmation of the separation.
Excellent.
Of the main stage
Yeah, let's
and
picture
the
Dr.
ignition.
Strangelove. What's going on, Thor? How you doing?
The trajectory is perfectly nominal. This is very important moment for us because it's always a challenge to switch on a cryogenic engine in space condition, and we are now
Good to see you in
at
here.
220 kilometers of altitude. Speed is a bit more than 7 kilometers per second.
It is.
As we enter now
As
the
soon as that
second
rocket
stage
ignited,
of,
I could
the
feel
second, phase,
that
of,
little
the flight. The upper stage is going to power for
that little lump in the throat building.
for about 16 minutes.
We're looking forward to the ASIR update with the non-polar alignment. Yes, that'll be very good. So adorable. Good morning, my love. Good morning, Pookie.
And a short time from now, the so-called sawtooth maneuver will get underway. Again, like rocking a baby in a cradle, this will be a maneuver to keep Webb's optics protected from overheating, Luce.
Exactly, Rob, like a baby in a cradle. You can see here Webb attached on top of Ariane 5 upper stage with a very specific configuration. Of course, it will be different during its lifetime, but for the time being, its sun shield is folded and not yet fully protecting the observatory. A number of exhaustive studies have been performed by the mission teams in Europe, in the US, on the thermal conditioning inside the telescope and the way the rays of the sun would propagate and interact with sensitive equipment inside the telescope. Maintain this thermal conditioning is really key before separating this telescope. And in particular, we know that one face of the telescope cannot face the sun. That's why and to produce this right thermal conditions,
there was no. It's just the one.
Has been designed what we call the sawtooth approach, and if you are watching carefully to these images, you can see this animation. You can see that the upper stage is going 30 degrees on one side, then 30 degrees on the other side, going back and forth this way to maintain this perfect thermal conditioning for the telescope.
Yeah, it's been
worthwhile noting that after Webb separates from the upper stage of the Ariane 5 rocket, which continues to perform in excellent fashion, coming up on the 12-minute mark into the flight, the telescope controllers will be taking the baton, if you will, from the mission controllers here in Kourou. The first steps will be the opening of fuel valves, a pair of fuel valves, to start flowing fuel to Webb's onboard thrusters. They then will power on the valve drive electronics. Those are powered on in preparation to control and fire those thrusters when required. Webb's solar array is scheduled to be deployed at approximately the 33-minute mark into the flight. Once it is locked in place, we'll get the call.
Yes.
Electricity is
there's so much going on in oh my.
From the mission operations manager, Carl Starr, who's at the Space Telescope Science Institute at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, seated right behind him in that control.
This has been a very
room,
tense
Alicia
morning.
Starr, a pair of stars helping to guide James Webb on its discovery of the stars. Alicia Starr is the lead engineer for launch and ascent events. Once the solar array is deployed and
This is
positive, then 3 out of the 4 hold downs for the aft deployed radiator will be released to prevent binding due to
everybody wave to Jigsaw.
structure. The contamination control heaters will be enabled to protect instrument optics on Webb from any water ice condensation as they cool down. The actuator drive unit will be powered on. This particular mechanism helps with heater control of the fine steering mirror, preventing water ice.
Would you be wrong to assume there's already plans in place for the next generation? There are there are
6 reaction wheels, and the wheel drive electronics will be powered on for Webb, and that will be the precursor to the attitude
for Webb.
control
There
system
is
using those reaction wheels
more
to
telescopes that are
maintain
going to follow
orientation
and
with
work
the sun,
alongside
as
the
opposed to using
science.
onboard thrusters. Of course, fuel in those thrusters, very valuable. It's a limited commodity for the lifetime of James Webb's observations of the universe.
Off topic, the song "You're Dreaming of a White Christmas." When was that first
55
released?
seconds into the flight,
I don't know. Was it
Jean-Luc
1969?
Boyer, the range operations manager, continues to report a nominal performance for James Webb. And again, Luce Fabregat from the European Space Agency, how is this trajectory being carefully and methodically adjusted to provide the correct parameters in the final stages of ascent?
Yes, Rob, as you can see on this plot, the altitude is slightly going down. It's perfectly normal. The launch vehicle is really on the line where it should be. This decrease of its altitude, slight decrease of its altitude, will allow the launcher to benefit and the upper stage to benefit of the gravity.
There's also ground-based telescope being built. There is there's the
thermal threshold. It's about to reach it, or even already.
there are more.
reached
There's the
it
Large
now,
Magellan telescope that's
and it
being
will go up, and now it will
constructed.
go up and up.
There's still funds that are going to be coming from that.
Separation
The
of the
extremely
Webb
extremely
telescope.
large telescope. Is this one good for detecting
It will
incoming
separate
objects?
the Webb telescope
What's
on
going
a
on,
high
Jaws
elliptic
Whedon? How
orbit,
you doing?
but
It
it's
is
around the Earth. The satellite,
meant
the
to
telescope
look
will be
farther back in
released
space in the near
inserted
infrared
on
and the
the
infrared,
orbit around the Earth with an
so that we
apogee of
can
very high
see
apogee
like
above
distant starlight. It won't be good for
Trajectory nominal as reported
incoming
by
objects.
Jean-Luc
There are different
Boyer. You see
observatories
him
that
in
are meant for
view.
that.
185 kilometers in altitude, some 4,500 kilometers downrange from the launch site here in Kourou, moving at more than 8 kilometers per second, right on the plot, right on the trajectory, everything looking great. We are about 9 minutes away from the completion of upper stage ignition. It's shut down, and then about a 2.5-minute coast phase before Webb will separate. Observatory separation will be called out. You'll be hearing those calls and the initial calls.
That's what we like to hear. We like to hear the
Carl Starr,
positive.
the mission operations manager at the Space Telescope.
Can it detect when
Science
note blocks
Institute
are
at
coming
Johns
so you can hit them
Hopkins
faster?
through solar array deploy and the declaration of a power positive spacecraft.
But you're plenty fast.
James Webb, of course, will be traveling.
You
well
gathered
beyond the
everyone to
moon,
witness this
to a
moment.
distance of about 1 million miles
It has
away
been
from Earth,
quite
settling into
waiting
a
for this
highly
to
elliptical halo-like
happen.
orbit to begin its
Trying to make some coffee? No worries. I'm still good with
again, As we
mine.
mentioned earlier, at the time of observatory separation, Webb will be at an altitude of approximately 864 miles, statute miles, traveling some 21,000 miles an hour.
Nina, you got your coffee? Excellent. We're running a little
We're about 8 minutes away.
low. We can almost see the
Upper
maple
stage,
leaf.
Shut down. The stage has performed as planned.
Shout out to all the staff that not only have to be working today, but also make it happen for the last 2 decades. It's been countless hours, although it hasn't been counted, but
7:20 a.m. Eastern Time.
hundreds
on
of
this
thousands of
Christmas
hours
Day.
put into this.
Very small
Your watch detected 180 beats per minute
velocity you just mentioned
the
is
second
very
it launched.
important, Rob. The velocity you just mentioned at separation of the telescope is very important. It will be slightly below, okay, I give it in a kilometer per second, but it will be slightly below 10 kilometers per second, because it's important that the satellite, the telescope, is not inserted on an escape orbit. It will be placed on a terrestrial orbit so that there will be time for the
Admission
layout,
de
for
télémesure,
the
prestation de
early
libre vie
phase
au Gabon.
operations and the commissioning of the telescope. And that will be, in fact, the upper stage that will leave this orbit and goes toward an escape liberation orbit.
And of course, even though we're still
Fancy
in powered
telescope
flight,
isn't understanding. Yeah,
the
Mad Dog
trajectory,
4784.
the acceleration,
Welcome
the
in.
speed
Thank you
at
very much for the
which James
follow.
Webb is going towards its preliminary orbit, all modeled in advance, and carefully.
So everything's nice and nominal. It is going to be setting out towards this. It's going to be a
environment around the telescope for its
there'll be a correction burn at about I believe it's at plus 27 minutes, which will start to point it towards that Lagrange point, that stable area of gravity between the Earth, Moon, Sun orbit. So that is the trajectory that they're aiming for, and this rocket is giving it that boost to put it into that insertion orbit.
NASA officials, European Space Agency officials, Ariane Space officials, all watching telemetry very carefully.
So this is all very, very important times for the scope, as long as everything stays along that projected trajectory. What's up, Hyperwork?
And as the upper stage continues to burn nominally and sheds fuel, the acceleration uphill for the James Webb Space Telescope continues to increase as we approach the 20-minute mark into the flight. Again, upper stage cutoff is scheduled at the 24-minute, 51-second mark into the flight, about 5.5 minutes from now.
After the cutoff of this main engine, as you said, Rob, we will have a short ballistic phase, a short coasting phase that will, when the upper stage will rely fully on its what we call the attitude and roll control.
Since we don't have a space shuttle anymore, this one won't need glasses.
So that
there is nothing that can be done with this one now.
The telescope are fully met, and that at the separation, when there will be the separation, the conditions will be very smooth and as
gets to get a bonus and well, not even completely relaxing yet, but they still have another month to go until it gets into that Lagrange point.
Was perfect all the way through the early morning hours, through the fueling process of the vehicle. The weather's been a bit dicey here in Kourou over the past few days.
What's going on, Welsh boy? How you doing?
On this Christmas day,
Hyperwork, good to see you as well. Watching the live stream, it is very exciting. It's fantastic to see this. Where we're going, we don't need space shuttles.
All parameters nominal as reported by Jean-Luc Voyer, the range operations manager.
Jack Vane, thank you very much. How you doing today?
4 minutes of powered flight remaining.
There's so much work that's gone into this project, and so many delays, and now to finally see this making its way out to start doing the science it's meant to do is it feels very surreal at the moment to actually see this happening, to be talking about it for so long. Cooking turkey and general Christmas lunch, yeah, doing very well, doing really well. A little more relaxed, but still nervous because there are some important milestones to have to hit for the launch of James Webb. Excited, thanks for streaming this. Felt like airplane quotes airplane quote was in order. Just want to tell you all good luck. We're all counting on you. Surely you weren't joking. But how you doing, Jack? Welcome in.
Fully normal, fully as expected, as you can see on the plot with the yellow plot.
So we'll finally see the Bethlehem star. It was interesting. Sky at Night, BBC Sky at Night did a series on that, or an episode on that. That it could, of what could have been the star that had lured them out east. Just put the iPhone up there, right? Put on a weather balloon. That's it.
Everything nominal reported by the range operations.
Makes you want to sell everything you own and launch a telescope into space.
A long ride uphill for the James Webb Space Telescope to put it at the proper position in the sky so that it can escape from the Earth, basically head beyond
NASA.
towards its final orbit.
Holy potatoes.
Commissioning activities,
Macaroon.
dominant feature of all of the operations from the Space Telescope Science Institute over the course of the next several weeks.
Jack Vane, thank you very much for the follow.
By the Malindi station, as expected, for the end of the flight and the last
Macaroon, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 800 bits.
separation of the telescope.
James Webb is about 4
Um,
minutes away from separating from
There's more hot things to eat in a bit.
and again, at that
But thank you.
point,
Thank you.
it will be on its own. And again, those milestones that we discussed a bit earlier in the broadcast will begin to
Frontier should add the JWST into ED at the L2 point. That'd be kind of cool, right? That'd be everybody would just go in and blow it up for the memes.
Science Institute in
Propulsion est
Baltimore.
nominale.
1 minute of powered flight remaining.
No, I would imagine they would have taken every precaution to make sure that people are there
The upper
for the
stage continues to function
for the
perfectly
operations, and we're
as
approaching
the
another
James
milestone moment for the launch.
Trajectoire est nominale.
All right, so like I said, every 50 bits, I'll get some hot snacks ready for the moment while we're waiting for this next call out, which again is another important moment.
15 tons of propellant for this long 16-minute burn. Now about 30 seconds away from
I think NASA does have a Twitch channel. I don't know if they're broadcasting on Twitch. But yeah, Macaroon, thank you so much for the 800 bits. Much appreciated.
we're standing by for upper stage shutdown and the cutoff of the
So yeah, 431,000 on their. NASA's doing it on Twitch as well. Excellent.
Inspection ESC.
I always try not to read chat messages on the NASA feeds.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
The extinction of the shut-off of the cut-off of the engine was
Yeah, I know, right, Nori?
exactly as expected.
They got 44,000 on their Twitch. Excellent. That's fantastic.
Exactly
That is tremendous.
expected altitude and speed and velocity. So now we have entered the coasting phase, the ballistic phase that will last for
One rule for one rule for NASA.
And the telescope
7
controllers,
miles per
in
here. That
Baltimore,
shaking sound would be
confirming
the.
that, all of the function parameters for the James Webb Space Telescope have been loaded on board the telescope. We are expecting Webb separation at the 27-minute 7-second mark here into the flight. Just over a minute from now, Springs will gently push Webb away from the upper stage of the Ariane 5.
So this
As
is
it moves
another
further and
key
further
moment.
away from the upper stage, there'll be what we refer to as a collision avoidance maneuver.
Yes, Rob, exactly. The springs already will give some distancing, of course, between the two objects, between the telescope and the upper stage. And then the upper stage will leave the trajectory of the telescope and makes a special maneuver to pass the telescope.
Why do I think of like Wile E. Coyote when they're talking about these springs?
Orbit and leaves the telescope on its orbit without any risk of collision and without any risk of pollution towards the
Demon Queen.
telescope.
And we're about 17 seconds away from Webb separation.
BRB jumping onto League and a stream snipe out of the sky. All right, let's hear the call out. Is Webb on its way?
Séparation Webb Space Telescope. Go Webb!
Yes! Yes!
We do have confirmation of observatory separation. The James Webb Space Telescope amidst applause here in the Mission Control Center.
Yes,
now
on
taking
its way.
steps in pursuit of cosmological discovery.
Webb is on its way. Oh my goodness.
It was a perfect ride to orbit.
There's the there goes the
all
live
of
view.
the separation sequence events are running in good fashion according to the telescope controllers.
Oh, look at that shot. Look at it go. Bye.
From the upper stage camera on the Ariane 5 looking at the James Webb Space Telescope as it moves gently away from its launch vehicle.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is fantastic.
Go Webb, go Webb.
Go Webb, go. Yes. So in about 5 minutes.
Ironically enough, as we marvel on this view from the upper stage camera, this will be humanity's last view of the James Webb Space Telescope as it moves to its workplace about 1 million miles away from Earth.
Yes, you're right, Rob. Impressive, fantastic pictures. Yeah.
Now we'll be hearing shortly from the mission operations manager at the Space Telescope Science Institute, Carl Starr, who will be calling out the procedures that will lead to the deployment of Webb's solar array.
That's beautiful. It'll start to deploy during the holy potatoes Jwst.
And down in the fishbowl where there is jubilation,
oh my goodness.
let's go to Raphael Chevrier of Arianespace. And before we do that, Raphael,
first of all,
solar array having been deployed. James Webb
Demon
now,
Queen, thank you very much for the 200 bits, as well as Jwst. Demon King, thank you very much for 1,000 bits. Thank you very much. It's very generous.
Hey, Rob.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's like I said, always want to provide a warm and welcoming environment. And on to the spike of appreciation for you both. First light, there will be some measurements that are going to be taken, and they do need to get everything aligned. First science begins.
James Webb not only has legs, but it has power as it begins its journey and the commissioning activities to follow. And with that, let's go down to the floor in the fishbowl and Raphael Chevrier of Arianespace.
This is it. We have witnessed and the confirmation that Ariane 5 have safely...
We got rookie race line. Thank you very much for the follow, as well as Canada Kim. Appreciate that. Welcome in. Welcome to the observatory.
These images are absolutely incredible, and we're in the end of the mission for Arianespace, but it's
oh my goodness.
Only the beginning of the journey for Webb. It's now on its way to the Lagrange point. Congratulations to all the team involved.
So we are at T plus 27 minutes. In about 5 minutes time, we're going to make sure that the code for the call out for the solar array being, oh my goodness. It's celebratory coffee. Jwst.
Congratulations on a perfect ride to orbit from the Ariane 5 out of Kourou here today. You here in the Space Telescope Science Institute, their work just began on a new era of scientific observations. Luce Fabregat, it was a smooth ride to orbit. Everything went by the book, almost like a simulation, without any problems. And we thank you for all of your insight throughout the course of the day.
Thanks to Europe, and really a great achievement.
Thank you very much for the 300 bits.
Coming up to my mind, and really you can be proud of
and as well for the 100, much appreciated.
Thanks a lot to you.
Tremendous jubilation here in the
you guys are fat.
The range operations manager.
Holy potatoes. Canada Kim.
Quite a Christmas present for the world's astronomers as the James Webb Space
oh my goodness.
Telescope begins its life heading towards deep space. With that, we're going to go back to the floor now to Katie Haswell. Katie, we did our thing.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the 500 bits.
Oh my goodness.
What a impressive first time message. Thank you. Thank you so much. All them bits. My goodness. This is a momentous occasion. I'm so happy to be sharing it with you guys.
There's a glimpse of sunshine on Webb solar panels as we watched it
Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Science.
on its journey to its working zone. It's going to take about 6 months before we start getting our deep space observations.
You have very high hopes, and NASA and ESA got all the Foldy bits right this time. Same. We're waiting for the next call out, I guess, for the solar array to be deployed. But thank you, Welsh boy. Caleb!
And I totally understand that. Let's start, though, by going over to the NASA administrator.
Hello, sir. Hello, Raiders. Sorry, we have a lot of... You nearly mistapped the phone and oh, no. Oh, no. Well, yeah, Welsh boy, thank you very much for the 100 bits. What's going on? What's going on, Caleb? How are you? Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Tom, Astro Canuck. We are watching a live view. We're watching the live coverage of the James Webb Space Telescope launch. Sifu!
Administrator Bill Nelson, right now, looking at these jubilant scenes here in the Mission Control Center.
University designed and coded the arm on that. Really? Oh, that's so cool. In fairness, the Mars probe that failed, the UK one, is one of the solar panels didn't open. Ooh, boy. On the Beagle. Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. Sifu, thank you very much for the 200 bits. Well appreciated. Oh, sorry. Onto the minimal amount of space left on the spike. We got a new spike coming. We got a new one coming. Also, that's quite a lot of bits, and I owe a little bit of some spicy bites coming in there. They built a third one, but didn't get to launch it due to lack of funding. Oh no, that's always seems to be very difficult for certain missions. But big congratulations to everybody involved in the mission: Arian Space, European Space Agency, NASA, Canadian Space Agency. Is amazing. You think that one sits in the Science Museum in London now? Well, if it belongs in a museum.
Astro Canuck, you will find 1 credit for violation of the Virtual Reality Statute.
I think it turned off the text-to-speech. Thanks for the stream, AC. Gonna get something to eat and put the rest of the presents under the tree. Merry Christmas, all. Thank you very much, Doug. Doug, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Merry Christmas. Okay, thank you, Jim. Thank you. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, Doug. Thank you. Are you going to go back to bed and sleep like a goat? Some of those things are turned off. That's the other thing. I need to remember what to turn back on here. What we are turning back on. You got to go. Happy holidays. Thank you very much for the content. Well, it's my pleasure to share this. It's my pleasure to share the universe with you, with everyone. It's my pleasure to share momentous occasions in space exploration. Ever wondered how any projects that neared completion only to be scrapped because of funding was cut? I know there's a few telescopes that are being built that are still being delayed because of lack of funding. Always a pleasure to have you in here. Always a pleasure. Now, as tradition though, because there have been, I appreciate the bits. We'll still do a couple of little the small bites of spiciness, and thank you guys very much for the hype train. If you did get an emote, drop that on in there. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Like I said, we'll do a few in celebration of Webb and tradition for the bits. add a little, start the morning off with being a little spicy, little excitement in here with some scorpion peppers. Have a bit of a spicy morning. But yeah, Caleb, thank you very much for the raid as well earlier. Much appreciated. This is the blueberry scorpion. I put most of the important schedule on Discord. All right, cool. Thank you, Lux. So this is a bit of a combo of the ghost pepper and scorpion. So this is a bit of a combo. That is a
partners, but it's a great day for planet Earth. Thanks to the team.
See, but it tastes good.
It's been incredible. And over 3 decades, you produced this telescope.
We'll continue on the tradition of the spiciness.
It's going to take us back to the very beginnings of the universe. We are going to discover incredible things that we never imagined.
Dory, but you're nuts. What about my nuts?
That typical of this team.
Oh, thank you guys so much for the bits and spending time here today. It's good. It's warm. It's spicy. And yeah, sometimes it's not too bad right now, but there have been times when the tongue goes numb. A little bit of a fire. So there's also a website that's going to have where is James Webb? Oh, hang on.
But we know that in great reward,
so there will be
there is great risk. And that's what this business is.
So this is the following of where Webb is going to be. I can drop that link in there as well. Chinese, you still avoid spicy at all costs. I enjoy the spice. But yes. All right, unfortunately, you need to go get some sleep. And so we'll catch you again. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, Jinxo, Demon King, Demon Queen. Thank you both very much for tuning in. Do appreciate you guys coming on into the stream. Tomorrow when they come out again, we'll see Overtake the Web and see it in person.
Also another millennia before that a shepherd grazing
on your schedule is the altitude meter. All right. Well, Jinxo, always wonderful to see you in here as well. You have no tolerance for spicy. Everybody's gonna be a little different. I enjoy the spice, the bit of the heat, but also it's got to be heat and flavor. It can't just be spicy for the sake of being spicy. All right, where is our Discord?
Astral Canuck, you will find 1 credit for violation of the Verbal Morality Statute.
Welsh boy. Thank you. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Because why not? I appreciate it. I hope everybody is having or has had a very Merry Christmas or a happy Saturday. Always wonderful to have you guys in here.
My congratulations to the team.
All I see is this bare ass on there. Thanks, Abby.
Go James Webb Space Telescope. God bless you.
All right, so we do have some monumental events to look out for. So, Lux, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the schedule there. We'll keep an eye on things, and we'll make some some posts about when we can expect maybe some other monumental events. We'll try and coincide them with some other streams of when we have the options. Good morning, CJ. How are you? How's it going? Last year you had to work in Delhi for a week. You can't eat spicy for a bit. Your colleagues luckily watched over me, slapped the fork out of your hand if there was any danger. Oh no, the unknowing spice. The unknowing spice. Did you miss the explosion? After some of the explosion will come later. Stealth spice. Stealthy. Is Stealthy Spice like the 6th Spice Girl? Is that the one that's always been waiting in the wings? History in the making, another huge achievement for humankind. It is. This is going to allow us to see farther back in time and analyze spectroscopy of different planets. As what can be discovered and cataloged by Gaia can have Webb point to these planets and start to gather more information, more data from these objects. It is absolutely incredible to see. It's going to be so interesting what is going to happen in the next 6 months to a year to 2 years when this mission. I know Webb only has it's only a short 10-year mission, but there is a great deal of science and discovery that's going to be put into this observatory. So I'm thoroughly excited to see what we can expect to see out of this. And we've been waiting a long time for this launch. We've been concerned about things. We've been worried about it. We've had the delays, and thankfully they were able to launch, and as a gift to astronomers. I think we're going to see some amazing star systems buried inside of their dust clouds. Like it's going to be absolutely incredible. And those who are working on visualizations for science, they're going to be working incredibly harder. They're going to be working so much harder. You missed it take off. Well, what we can do, my goodness, because we have the wonders of the YouTube. I want to go back and watch it again.
Flight configuration, the onboard computer, the electrical power. As for the telescope, it will switch from ground to internal guns before the H0 guns, where the engine will start.
No, the rocket is, and that will be a number of people.
Anyway, we may as well relive the launch one more time.
Standing by for terminal count.
This telescope project is older than you. It's older than a lot of people. It's so incredible. This was 30 minutes ago for the launch of James Webb.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, unité, top.
And I gotta say, I was a little worried at this point here. It didn't seem like that instantaneous fire that I'm used to with SpaceX.
And liftoff. Decollage, liftoff from a tropical rainforest to the edge of time itself.
So unfortunately, being a very cloudy day, the weather was still...
The birth of the universe.
The weather was still cooperating enough.
Punching a hole through the clouds.
It is. It is. It is a very
program reported.
Interesting kind of view there. Right. So because I neglected to drop a shout out for Caleb who went during the raid, appreciate that. Go check out Caleb's stream doing some astrophotography as well. This was incredible.
The Ariane 5 rocket continues to fly uphill in nominal fashion. The rumble of the powerful Ariane 5 now being felt here in the control center.
It goes whee! And then because of the clouds, they had to switch over to the 3D animation. But still, it was an incredible moment for space exploration.
13 kilometers in altitude, 7 kilometers downrange, traveling about 0.6 kilometers per second.
Off to take photos of Jesus. That's not what JWST stands for.
The trajectory reported to be nominal by Jean-Luc Voyer, the range operations manager. You can see at the bottom of your screen, the yellow line is the trajectory.
If you were NASA, you would hire Marvel for your CGI. It'd be better than an IRL.
1 minute 41 seconds.
And then they'd have You'd have Thor flying by. Imagine they just use Kerbal for the visualizations.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark into the flight.
The absolute cheek. Oh, but this is. So yes, where is Webb at the moment? So we are in the process of deploying the solar array. You got to miss it live, but hey ho, you know, glad to have you in here though, and you know, being able to go back and always check it out there. It's like the most tense 10 seconds. And in 2011, I made a slideshow of the STS-134 Endeavour launch, complete with cartoon captions of the sounds. You'll find it posted. Yes, Death, yeah, please share. That sounds awesome. So we can return to. Let's see if we can turn on some other things. Cheers. That's a new one. Pardon me. So we will keep up to date on everything that Webb is doing. The live, any other live call outs. Yeah, that was appropriate name is appropriate for sure. You're on your phone, but you can still do the duties. I appreciate it. Man, that is it's the science that's going to come out of this. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Right, you need to FaceTime the family. No worries, Welsh boy. Have a fantastic day. Always wonderful to have you in here. Yes, I think I am going to. We're going to slowly wind things down as well because it is Christmas morning here as well. So family will be getting up. Most of them will be getting up soon. Yeah, and those who are going to be dipping out for lunch, it's always wonderful to see you guys hanging out here. Let's see. I think what we will do. I think what we're going to do is send you guys over to EJ. I'd imagine he'll probably be doing a little more after the launch coverage because he has some fantastic endpoint. Someone else in the house is awake. I know, right? But yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to EJ. He's covering the launch as well. He has some fantastic insight to the launches, and he is much more of an eloquent expert on things. But I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming in today, and it has been an absolute pleasure sharing this moment with you. NASA Muffin, hello. A little bummed you missed it. Oh, it was wonderful. But the replay is available on NASA's YouTube page. There's a number of 3D models of Jwst, even a space telescope. Chess. Think you know you're printing next? Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be very cool. Werewolf, that'd be awesome. All right, guys, there is our raid message for subscribers or non-subscribers for all the awesome people in the channel. I'm gonna send you guys over to EJ. Doing a little more on the with NASA, and I appreciate you guys going to stick around for that. I hope you have enjoyed the launch. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, or have had a very Merry Christmas and had a wonderful Saturday. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. This was a monumental occasion. I thank everybody who has subscribed and resubscribed and donated bits, and the raid from Caleb is always fantastic to have you guys in here today. Also, welcome into all the new followers from the channel, and hope to see you guys again real soon. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back with our Lazy Sunday Lego stream, where I will unveil a large set because we've smashed a sub goal. There won't be a stream tonight for our regular rainy day astronomy. That's canceled for now. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with some Lazy Sunday Lego, and I'm going to enjoy the absolute out of that. So have a very good day, a very good morning, a very good evening, very good afternoon. I've been Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon. Take care.